One was crying like a mess, was laying on the floor. She was screaming, but there was no one to help her. She didn't have the stamina to stand up. The pain was killing her, and the fear of losing her baby was killing her more than anyone. She had never thought that one day Jungkook would become like that and would leave her like that. She was heartbroken by his lostness. She was heartbroken after seeing his behavior. Her tears were falling, and she tried to sit down. She tried to do, but it was giving her so much pain. She tried to grab her cell phone and successfully grabbed it. She called her brother and asked him to help her, even though he was not in that city. She was alone in that city. She had no friends, so she lost her conscience. After a while, she opened her eyes in the hospital. Her mother was sitting beside her. She looked at her mother, smiled. I thought her nothing happened, but her mother was smiling just to make her feel relaxed. Her mother and brother hated thank you so much because they knew that he always hurt Ryan so much. But Ryan told them and tried to hide them from his behavior from them. Her mother had listened. Why don't you tell her he gave you a thought that he would change one day? We made up our minds. You are leaving him. I can't leave him. I will call him. You now tell me why do you want to live with him? He went with his own trip and leaving you in a pain. He will never change. Understand? She started crying, and at that moment she couldn't do anything other than that. She lived in hell. His behavior was so trashy. He treated her like no one. They were once best friends, but he always said that he never wanted to marry her. She came back with her brother and mother. She didn't call him or nor he. She hated him. My brother bawled after thinking about he would enjoying his life there with dad. Current she knew that he was dead. She was sailing with flashbacks were roaming in her mind. Flashback in past, Ryan entered her to school and she was so happy. But it was the best. It was the best school in India. She was happily walking towards her class, and then she was some boys and girls. She stopped and stared at them. That boy was looking so innocent, and she wanted to help him. But those heartless crabs were forcing him to do everything which they ordered him to do. Our boy suddenly eyes looked at her. She didn't understand his words. What do you mean they will make your life hell? So it's best for you to not to help him. Why nobody is help stopping them? No, will wait. They are rich crabs. So go to your class. And she again looked at the boy who was getting bitten by them. She was going back to her school, but then she saw her sitting on the bench. She was crying. She felt bad. She didn't like to seem like that. He was looking so innocent, but he became a target of those rich crabs. She stopped and stared at him. He was wiping his tears. He looked at her and she gave him a water bottle he refused to take. But I don't like to see him crying. Why am no one? And I know that you are one of them. You came here to trick me and then you will. I'm not one of them. I won't bully you. It was my first day. You don't have to worry. And she said was smiling and he just said that I ignored it and grabbed the bottle and drank the water. Are you new to this city? He asked and she nodded. So that means you don't have friends? He nodded. Well, we can be friends, but not in front of those losers. I mean, if they side with me, they would also start hurting. Will be hidden friends. I don't make friends easily, but you look kind and humble. You will not hurt me. What if they find out about our friendship with me? One day, they will never. Let's go home. He got up and he couldn't even stand properly. They bullied him so much he got up and helped him. Her intentions was pure. Tell me your address. He told her and they sat in the taxi. He was not rich, but she was normal. The next day, she was standing in the crowd and watching him getting. It was hurting her, but she couldn't do anything. And Nicholas was standing beside her and were feeling bad for him. They weren't only, they also other boys. She wanted to help him. Jungkook also had a fever. I know, but they are bullying them because they also try to save someone. Then why are nobody taking action? Because they are rich, and the only option to save your life is in school. Her heart was hurting while watching them. Nicholas was with her. She was about to help him, but he got up. Go away. Do you know him? He looked at Ryan. No, just go away. He walked out. Sometimes I think that they deserve the because just look at his attitude. He didn't know that Junk was trying to save Ryan. After school, Ryan was sitting while wiping the blood from his foot. He was staring at her. Why? He was also wiping his face while staring at her. I'm sorry. He said, and she looked at him. Don't worry, I know why you did that. Why don't you leave that school? Why are you wearing this behavior? It's not easy to change school. She nodded and after wiping him, she opened her bag and gave him some snacks. He looked at him and couldn't even afford them. He grabbed them. I know you haven't eaten anything. Thank you for caring about me, he said, and grabbed the snacks. And many months passed. They became very good friends. He knew about the friendship of Nicholas and once she helped him with so many times and he was just falling deeply. He was standing under the tree and where they first met and some flowers and gifts. That was her birthday and he wanted to give her the surprise. He was waiting for her and she came. She looked at him and smiled nervously. Yes, so much. She opened it and realized that it would be very hard for him to buy for her. She was so happy. This is the best gift I ever received. He smiled and she bought her present which he gave her. He was shocked because he thought that she would not wear cheap things. They got the and talked for hours. And then their friendship grew more and they got closer. Seeing him living in the diet was so painful for her, so she decided to do something for him, to save him. She was not rich as compared to them, but she still decided to help him and others. Friends. Nicholas was with her when one day they recorded the video and posted them online. Even though they knew that that would really made their life happy. The videos got viral and everyone came to know about it, but no one knew that it was posted by Vine and Nicholas. Jungkook also didn't know that, and that became a hot topic across the country. The school shut down for days and they just wanted to know about the person who posted the video. Vine was walking back to her house and Jungkook ran to her. I really appreciate them, really, he nodded and he was so happy, but still she didn't tell him. Let's go and enjoy it. It would be amazing to see them on news and they would be crying and apologizing. She nodded and walked with them. She knew that he would be scolded her after knowing that, but she posted the video. After a week, they enjoyed it so much. Jungkook was so happy because the government announced to help those who were got married by them. He was one of them. Then Ryan and Nicholas knew that if they found out they would post the video, they would make their life hell and nobody could help them. And wasn't afraid of them. She did what she wanted to do. After a month, everything was going fine and they started to enjoy school. Mine was going back and suddenly someone started whistling. She stopped and shivered and turned her sponge. She started walking quickly, but when she stopped and looked back at Senior was standing beside her. He was one of the guys who were at Django. He was the son of the biggest businessman. He was smiling. He walked towards her and she didn't know what to do. What do you want to talk about? You just have to tell me. So did you post that video? Which videos you forget so easily? I thought that you would remember. If you are talking about those videos in which you were bullying my friends, then I uploaded it. I have no regrets, but I can make your life hell, he threatened her. I don't care what you will do. She was about to walk, but he grabbed her and stopped. His voice changed. She was getting shivers. She was controlling herself not to tremble in front of him. She looked at him and tried to yank his head. From where do you gain this confidence? Leave me, and it's none of your business. And come with me. She came and entered her room and trembling. She was so scared. She just buried his whole face with a hot coffee. She sat down and believed that he would make her life, and she was afraid to go to school. He could come anywhere. And she didn't want to go to school after that. After a week, she entered the school and she was so afraid to see John. And when she entered it, she saw Jungkook smiling and walking towards her, but she didn't want to. She didn't want to do that. She didn't want to show that he was his friend. She tried to stop him, but he said that they weren't on a friend. They became my friend. So she is your friend, John asked. No, he won't stop this for you. Now he is also our friend. She looked at him and John just spoke. She knew that Jungkook mastered, but it wasn't his mistake. She realized that her bad day started. John was feeling that when he was there. He was so jealous. She was going back to her school while all the things were running into her mind. She was holding her bag straps. Daddy didn't. Once she stopped and looked at him, he was standing in front of her. So did you do everything for Jungkook? Seeing him getting very hurt, I look at your age. Why couldn't you focus on your studies? But you decided to stand against me. He was so furious. You beloved Jungkook will also be the same as you. Why are you including him? Oh, what teenage girl is protected for a teenage who haven't believed me and he's just my friend. And do you have a shame? Why do you bully your teenagers? You are literally a piece of and people of your age didn't value you because why you are you get peace by hurting and I will join my group. I'm giving you this punishment because I don't want to hurt an impulsive girl like you. I'm not doing that, so leave me. I don't need your care. I will never join your group. I'm ready to bear everything, Daddy, but I will never become like that. The next day, one going, I didn't go to school and all day she stayed in her room and at night she suddenly ate some. She got up and looked outside the window. It was only this group. He smiled after seeing her. He immediately closed the window after seeing him, but his friends started their fun. He was just 18 years old, but he could do everything. The next day she went to school and Jungkook was asking why she took away. He was sitting beside her and she wasn't saying anything. Jonah's group was sitting in front of her. She got up and Jungkook also. They walked out to talk, but Jonah and his group went behind them. Jungkook, I want to tell you something. Actually, when John came, yeah, you both look good and said by making cameras with his fingers. Jungkook smiled. No, we are just friends, and mine was feeling comfortable because of John's questions. I can tell you that you will marry her in future, John said. And John, please shut up. What kind of things are you talking about? Why, man? When Jungkook was very handsome, but strong, she angrily walked out of there and they started following her. They were telling Jungkook that they just wanted to become their friends. He didn't know the whole situation. After school, Maya was crying while going home. Jungkook ran her happily, but after seeing what happened, what's wrong, and he became worried. She looked at son and told him everything is peaceful, and he was so shocked. She did that just to save him, but he also became worried for her because John was so changed. He was sitting in his house, was thinking what to do to save her. They both was like Nicholas also know about that. He had a plan because Martin died plan why not to become John's friend. She was so afraid of them, but she had to do just to save herself and afford that for days one. Young John was standing here while waiting for Van. She came and her heartbeat was so fast. He went John. He looked at her and she walked towards him. I'm ready to do what you want. Well, it is good to hear, and I know you are afraid, so that's why you are saying this. He nodded. I'll see you tomorrow. He nodded and they started walking. She looked at him. Why are you walking with me? I want to give you a company. She nodded without saying a word. She was afraid to look at him. You don't have to be afraid of me. She nodded. You can talk to me. Okay, from now I will tell you everything. He smiled and nodded. But why do you suddenly accept the offer? Are you afraid of me? I'm not afraid of you. I just realized that you are not a bad guy. Your childhood trauma made you like this. How do you know about my childhood? She was on her smile. I had one of your friends. Let's go with me. Where Nicholas and Jungkook was staring at them. I don't know, let's talk. And it looked like he also needed someone. He was also desperate to talk with someone. He had a lot of friends, but he wasn't happy. She hurried and they started walking and worried and but they followed them. The next job he became their friend. She hummed. You just have to get his important information, then we will take it. But if he caught me, we cannot really catch you. Believe me, look, Ramsey's dad witness need to remember. She hummed. Young was staring at her very silently. So you why are you behaving like this? Are you feeling bad for him? He said in a jealous tone. No, I'm just afraid my weight will ruin my life. No, it won't. I won't let this happen. If he tries to do anything, Jungle, please don't talk as if she loved her. Her head, they were struck very tenderly. She was afraid. And at night, she entered the party in which she was invited by John. She looked at the people and it was very uncomfortable for her. Everything was so. She stood there and just stared at them. Junko also entered. They both were invited. He looked at her and she was probably like I older and but John came in mind. I thought you would never come. I want to spend some time with you. Why nodded and they walked into the mansion and this is the actual foods you can eat but you know I'm full. Don't worry, don't put pressure in it. I because I really want your friendship. He smiled, you look good, full by smiling. He said and heart would go in kitchen now let's go. While on the other hand, Jungkook walked towards them and they looked at him. Why? He said in a low voice, but he was still afraid of when they were once furries. Natalie smiled. She was John's sister and she was also one of it. Jungkook come and she waved like the kindest guys. I was waiting for you, yeah. And you know she's so weird and she starts liking you. He paused a fake smile. Let's go with me. She grabbed his hand and he wanted to yank her, but he didn't want to spoil his plan. She walked into the crowd and started dancing. While he was standing in front of her, awkwardly looking at her, she was so cheap and he was smiling forcefully. She was also forcing him to dance. Then a wine was throwing up and Jungkook was coming her down. Nicholas was staring at them. What did you eat, Vana? I didn't eat, and again she threw up. She washed her face and said, "On that was so disgusting. I hate a trip of people." Parties weren't you happy then? No, I was feeling like I was caged with her. I can't stand her. She was serious and started, and you know what her friend was saying? She started liking me. What she likes it, but I will make my distance from her. She's a widow. But think this is better for us. You can marry. No. And days passed like that. John started to involve Vine in everything but he had to stop bullying, which was very weird. Vine and Jungkook were not happy. Jungkook didn't like Natalie. But she was trying to get his attention attached with him. Vine was sitting in the ground while thinking about everything. She was also alone and was waiting for him. And then Jungkook came and saw them. He hated John because he was getting jealous. He was staring at them when Natalie came. In a moment, she stood in front of him, was smiling and I came here for you. Were you waiting for me? Yes. She smiled. Let's go. He looked at her. John on one side and Ryan was feeling so weird because John changed so much he liked to talk to her and also started sharing some incidents of his life with her after knowing she realized that he wasn't born psycho. They made him like that. This is when starting they both are getting cramped. Are you crazy? We are not in a movie. It's not a easy trap to that we do. That is she so obsessed. You know her. Sometimes she behaved like crazy. Now she told me not to talk with me because she felt jealous. I refused and she got angry. Does her brother also like her? No, he acts so kindly with me, he never gives me bad intentions. So that means the psycho is not to see the reason behind all the cars. I just want to escape. I don't want to live in this city. I want to leave this city as soon as possible. And with that, many days passed and Ryan and Jungkook started to get depressed because I didn't want to get forced in any kind of thing. She didn't want any, even she just wanted to leave that city. John and Natalie started bullying and became different as they decided to cut off the plan of destroying them. They just wanted it. And Janko and I will come tomorrow, so don't worry. And don't call us, don't worry about us, just go with your parents. We will also come change our numbers. Don't try to come back, and you did so well. Women made Sonny nodded and was so heartbroken and she was leaving without telling John. Don't worry, we will meet again. I'm just happy that we are leaving without getting caught. Just go and Nicholas put his arm says, don't worry, let's go. You don't have to be sad. We will meet again. And you will marry her. This is not that you both will get married. Believe me, he was trying to light his mood up. And that one left. The next day, Nicholas was waiting for Jungkook and was trying to call him, but his number was off. He was so weird, worried because he didn't want to miss the train. He waited, and then the train came and he called him again, and then he got the message only. Tess, you can leave. I will come tomorrow. Don't worry. But Nicholas eyes written after reading that. Along the dinner, Jungkook was packing his stuff and he was ready to even came out, but he came out. Natalie was standing in front of him. He cupped. Yeah, I'm going to walk towards him. I'm going to another city for a few days. I will come back. You know, you are lying. You are leaving me. No, I'm not. I'm just going. She started behaving like a kitty. Became afraid of her. She wanted to push her hand, but John came out of her fear. It's fine. I don't know. I tried to call, but number was off. I didn't get time to meet her. She left and didn't tell me. She left. Really? Where did she go? She didn't tell me. Why did she leave? Why did she leave like that without telling anyone? Maybe she wandered at him. And why didn't she tell me? Why is her number off? And why she did block me? I don't know. I'm just going to my parents' wedding. But no, you can't go. You can't go leaving me here. I will. But it is urgent. Go on some other day. And finally, at that time, Jungkook realized that he was stuck in between them. He nodded because he couldn't do anything. I will find one at dining course. She has to come back, and he could sit in one's nose as he tested difference and lied because he wanted Nicholas to go. And with that, 5 years passed, and one was sitting while thinking about Jungkook. Nicholas was also worried for him. She was holding her and they saw him on TV with the John, and I became their business partner. I can say that he's there. I don't get that, and my parents didn't let me go. But now I can go when he's dangerous. He needs someone. We have to help him. Nicholas noted, and they were trying to go back. They saw him on TV. He changed so much that he was behaving differently. While on the other hand, Natalie put the pills in his ring and he entered the house. He was smiling. I made this for you. He nodded and read. She smiled. She just wanted him to be whether you like it. Jungkook didn't love me. She asked while getting sorry. I love you so much. And she just wanted that. She wanted him to become like her. She wanted him to best like her. She wanted him to forget her and she wanted him to love her like crazy. Forgot what he did in the past. He forgot about his friends. And uh, and then a few days later, Vine came back. She didn't come back as a friend. She came back as a businesswoman. She wanted to deal with him. She entered the company and couldn't believe that it was his company. He became so rich. She told his staff that she wanted to meet him and they didn't let her meet him. So she thoughtfully entered and he looked at her and so she stood in front of him. Jungkook, why did you forget me? Who are you? I don't forget. Tell me about yourself. Why did you come here? I'm sorry, your friend. How can you forget me? We were best friends. I'm Aaron. Why and remember it saved you from your bullies, and then his mind went back and he got some flashbacks. He was struggling to remember. He had her name and he also saw her name in his house. I came back for you. I want to save you. Go back. I'm not a kid. And why do you come back? Do you hate your life or do you hate my life? Just go back, man. Did I ask you to come back? Why do you think of yourself, huh? You just go back or do you save me? Janku, why are you talking like this? She never saw him that happy, and then she suddenly heard Natalie's voice, and then Natalie turned and Natalie went out and he asked her to come out. She came out and looked at him. You should go back and listen and wait here. But you can't go out. I will help you to get out of here. Janku, do you really love her? He looked at her. Tell me, why are you asking? I don't love her. His son was standing at the floor. You don't have feelings. You don't have. You have changed so much. You don't know how difficult life was. I don't remember anything proper, but I remember that I didn't want to live with anything. Janko, why do you forget everything? I don't know, maybe I get a disease. I don't remember anything, sometimes I forget everything. So what about you? You also not safe? I am safe and now I don't need safety, I just need money because money is everything. So don't care about your safety now. Why did they hurt you that much? She asked, and at night she went out with him. She entered his house and just leave by anywhere you want. And I just want one thing, that is will you will go tomorrow. Why do you still care for me? Don't you forget me? I said I remember you, but not really. You are the first person of mine. I remember you, so don't worry. He outside, she opened the door and Nicholas and Janko was shocked to see him. And suddenly he started to remember everything. Janko, do you remember me? And Janko's face started spinning and he held his hand. They walked towards him. Janko, okay, just give me a glass of water. She handed me and drank it. Now I remember both of you. Actually, Natty told me that Katie disease. Natty is your friend, well wisher. Why do you believe her so much? And I, with that, you don't know how much I was supposed to be with her to save my life. That I did that. I don't know why I'm losing my memory, but now I remember both of you. Nicholas and Jungle Albert Wine was sitting and we looked at her. What's wrong, Wine? Do you also start your small business? Yes, I even started. And what do you start? Do you start liking them? Don't get jealous. I don't like that video. Nicholas, you started saying I'm not jealous. I'm just asking. No, you need to get out of here. This will, yeah, that's not easy. I don't know what to do. Sometimes I forget about it. I don't know why. Sometimes I started to feel for Natalie, even though I don't want to. She's doing something with you. Believe me. No, I just don't understand. But why? And that's good. She said at him. She said that when he was lying. Why are you giving me this look? Don't you like it? No, because I like to. Yes, I don't know what to do. What? When? Why did you lie? She just laughed and mad at you. He again got number with them. This was not working for him. The next day, last night, he told them everything about the past, and then he and his friends made a plan to get rid of Natalie and John, and he again started to feel happiness. He felt like he'd never been happy in his past life. He was just forced into everything. At night, he entered the house and Natalie looked at him and turned her face. She was mad at him. He smiled awkwardly. He never left her. He was just bored. He walked towards her. Are you mad at me? I'm sorry. He smiled and she looked at him. Why do you always give me the ring? Because I want to spend some time with me. And she started telling me he was interested in telling me his mind was on his friend. He smiled after remembering when she was still the same. And Natalie was thinking that he was happy because of her silly talks. He entered the new house which he bought for his friends and went silently. He got up. He got side beside her and she looked at him. Nicholas is outside. He nodded and stared at her. She felt weird. Why are you staring at me? I'm looking ugly. No, you are the prettiest girl. Sorry, flirting with me. Why are you getting mad? I'm sorry. You don't know how much those two cycles hurt me. I felt like a robot or a slave. I don't want to talk about them. I don't know how to get out of this, and the memory is also losing. Every day I think about you. I only want to save you. John was finding you. You have gone through so much because of me. No, this is happening because of me. I was the victim. You saved me, and now I will try to do everything to save you. He was about to put his hand on her face. I miss you so much. My heart love grows for you every day. I just want to get success, and you don't need their name or help. You can easily get out of this mess. I'm with you. Why don't you leave me? In the past 5 years, I felt so alone. I don't live where my parents are. Still. After 6 months, he was sitting on the couch, and their plan was to slowly. Jungkook was getting so much success, and it was clearing his way to quick escape from them. He was breaking every deal with them. He came back and looked at her. He was hiding something with the behind his back. She smiled. What are you hiding? And he proposed. Yes, he smiled and got up. Suddenly, she got a feeling in her heart, but she didn't want to run everything because he was so happy. She just stared at them and enjoying the moment. And he was smiling because he was so happy. And then Jungkook. What if they came to know about our marriage? He asked. They won't because in 6 months I will depart from them and then I don't care what they think about us. And you don't have to worry. Yeah, we will hide from everyone and Natalie. And then they got married. Everything was going perfect. It was the secret marriage. And after that, Nicholas went back to his city because of important things. Tiago was so happy with one, and after a month passed, I treated her like a princess because in that. And he made it. Did what she ordered and Jungkook came and she gave him and just to notify he drank and she actually in front of him and he also acted yawned louder. He entered the house while his head was spinning. He and got up and walked towards him and please give me some medicine. I don't know what happened to me. She started massaging his dad out of worry, but he was in very bad condition. She kissed his forehead. She hugged him. And after that, the relationship getting worse. She didn't understand why he was staying. He became so aggressive. Sometimes he didn't like to talk with her. And I was going out and she got up as feeling, Janko, I have news for you. I don't want to hear. What is this one? What do you mean? Is it yours? How I didn't even touch it for once. I don't remember how we lost him once. You want me to count it for you? She got angry. Man, stop lying. You are accusing me. I didn't even. What's wrong with you? Why are you doing this? You should go to the doctor. Now you're telling me I'm mental. Telling you are carrying me crazy. I don't remember. What do you want me to do? I knowing about it. So you don't care. If you want to hear, then yes. He are heartbroken. And then they got into many fights. He started to forget many things even while taking medicine. But he was giving more dangerous pills to replace his memory. But she was also giving pills which made him go attacking all the time. She just wanted him to fall handsome and always marriage was became easier. But 2 months later, he came downstairs and man was sitting on the couch without looking at her. He was about to go out, but she called him. Where are you going? On a trip. With that girl, she had gone crazy. What do you like calling me a cheater? Because you promised that you'll change, but why do you marry? I don't want to marry. I was forced by you are doing this because you get what you want. You don't care about me and baby, enough, get out of my way. Then go, I don't care if you do it again, I've done me. Now you have forgotten anything. He closed and yanked his hand and filled by making him go crazy. He started walking and she followed. She was but she didn't know it. It was not. He was doing that. He stopped and took the bit which was giving one early chunk of stuff. He looked at her and he wasn't the same. She could change. What's wrong with you? She said, what do you want from me? His voice was calm yet steady. I'm your wife and I need you. And you are all my life. I don't remember when I married you. Maybe it is your plan. Who are you? to erase he was in front of me, grabbed a bar towards he couldn't believe that he was doing it. But the younger fellow he leaned to the wall and stood in front of Abel. He started walking while his shadow started swinging. She followed him and grabbed his hand, but he yanked her hand harshly and she fell down. And he ran out of there without knowing she fell down so badly. He wasn't in his right mind, so he didn't remember. Flashback and his mind was staring at the wall. She had a perfect plan and she didn't care about anything. She only wanted her and she was ready to do everything she would get revenge. But my man Nicholas didn't even know anything because he was so busy. He was holding his and he couldn't bear that pain. He had enough. He didn't know what to do. No, the medicine was never not working. He was tired. He got into many person people calling him crazy. And he was laying on the bed. It was hard for him to remember anything. And after a week, Nan was standing in front of the company. She swung like a second. She knew what she was doing. She entered and came out with the people because the companies were on fire. The fire was spreading its strength. The company she stopped while people were running to save their lives. All the workers were saved. While on the other hand, the tired on the bed while he was trying to do himself, he was uncomfortable. She was constrained that but then she got a call from him. But the Jungkook was shouting like he was in a fire. He was in a mental hospital. Tired but no much for him in which Jungkook and both lives were destroyed.